मातामृतानन्दमयी मङ्गलकारिणि मञ्जुलहारिणि मातामृतानन्दमयी वन्दे वेदमातरं वन्दे देहमातरं वन्दे देशमातरं वन्दे विश्वमातरम्।
Please remain standing for the national anthem and the Tamil Thai Vazhuthu.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடைந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடன திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம்பியந்த செயல் மறந்த வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Om Amriteshwariye Namaha. Humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our beloved Amma, Her Holiness Sadguru Shri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, the Chancellor and guiding light of our university, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. I humbly request Sampujya Swami Purnamritanandapuri, Thiru R.N. Ravi and Thiru Dattatri Salagame to lead the lighting of the lamp. I request all the dignitaries on the front row to join. Audience, please rise for the lighting of the lamp and the invocation. I request the audience, please rise for the lighting of the lamp and the invocation.
Just keep on. मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखी वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गीं मधुसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकाम् ईश्वरी ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
May I now request Dr. Shashankan Ramanathan, Dean Engineering, to welcome this historic and august gathering.
Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Amma. My reverence to the dignitaries on the stage. I offer my salutations to the parents. My respect and affection to my colleagues present here today. And of course, my best wishes with full of warmth, affection, love, and prayers to my dear graduating students. It is indeed my privilege and an honor, and also a sense of pride in welcoming everyone to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2022. Graduation dates back to a Latin word gradus, which means a step towards something. A moment of celebration and triumph, marking the end of one phase and beginning of another phase. It's a very proud moment for all of the graduates, parents, and the teachers. A remarkable occasion of celebration and joy. And to mark this remarkable day, we have great leaders and accomplishers as guests amidst us. It is an absolute honor to have with us Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri Ravindra Narayan Raviji, Honorable Governor has served in various capacities across multiple states in India, and I would like to take this opportunity to laud the Governor for his crucial roles in intelligence agencies and conflict resolution in areas affected with ethnic insurgencies. I would also like to add that one of the leading media prints had a news about the governor. It read like this: meet our new governor, Sri R.N. Ravi, an officer and a tough gentleman, a man to watch. A journey certainly very impressive and very inspiring. And I assert that at Amrita today, we take immense pride in welcoming you, sir. Honorable Governor Ji, thank you very much for your presence. A dynamic person like you would undoubtedly boost the spirits of young minds graduating out of Amrita today. My heart pours in an utmost joy and love to welcome our most revered Swamiji, Sampujya Purnamrita Anandapuri, a senior renunciate disciple of our beloved Amma, Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. Swami Purnamritanandapuri is the General Secretary of our world-renowned organization, Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt. For the past 30 years, he has been relentlessly engaged in very noble spiritual and humanitarian activities that Amma has envisioned and initiated. An engineering graduate, Swamiji was a research scientist at the prestigious Raman Research Institute in Bangalore before joining the mud. And I must add that Swamiji's Venu Vandanam in praise of Lord and the Universal Mother is beyond words. Swamiji, our graduates are so very lucky today to have your grace and blessings. On behalf of all of the graduates at Amrita and the Amrita fraternity, please accept our humble pranams and heartfelt welcome, Swamiji. It's a delight and privilege to welcome our guest of honor, Sri Dattatri Salagame. Mr. Salagame is the CEO, President and Managing Director of Bosch Global Software Technologies. Now, Bosch Global Software Technologies is one of the largest software and technology center of Bosch outside Germany. He's been a Boschler for 25 years, handling diverse roles in India and in Germany. A person with a passion for innovation has spearheaded growth strategies for various business lines. My dear friends, Mr. Salagame is exactly a person that we need today, a person passionate about technology-driven digital transformation. It is an honor and a pleasure, sir, to welcome you here for this degree awarding ceremony. I extend a very warm welcome to all of the members of the Academic Council and the Board of Management of Amrita, my fellow colleagues who have worked so hard to establish a positive and accommodating environment for all the students who have joined Amrita. Of course, my dear parents, today you see the result of your love, patience, and support to your child. It must be a very exciting day for all the parents to see their children receive their degree from one of the top universities in India. We at Amrita extend a very wholehearted welcome to all the parents. Of course, the stars of the day, the graduating class of 2022. I take immense pleasure in welcoming you all to this coveted graduation day ceremony, a day that you and your parents, the teachers, all of you dreamt when you joined here 3 to 5 years ago. It's an honor and a privilege, and let me take the first opportunity given to me to congratulate all of you. And let's start the ceremony by giving a big hand to all of the graduates. Thank you. Now, you have graduated from Amrita University. I think you must have inculcated within you what we believe in education for life. Every one of you has listened to the prayer every morning, those 90 seconds. We end the prayer with Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. You've been part of the prayer, you've heard it. Now, you will not chant the prayer, but actually incline your actions towards Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Dear students, each one of you has a great potential. You have invested a lot of time in your education, and people around you have invested so much effort in you. Let me tell you, the world needs a lot of talented people like you. You have to give everything you've got. Don't hold back. Show the world that we Amritians are here to transform and change the world for better. We at Amrita do not pray for not having hurdles, but pray for strength and strong shoulders to overcome the hurdles. And lend your hands and reach out to people who are not reached. Take pride in how far you have come and have faith in how far you want to go. But most importantly, do not forget to enjoy the journey. A simple example I'll tell you. When it rains, all the birds take shelter. but the eagle soars above the clouds. So it's above the clouds, it doesn't see the challenge, it bursts through the challenge. Now, this is what I want you all to do. Never shy away from challenge, but figure out ways to overcome challenges. Personally, I'm very proud of you and very happy to be here with the class of 2022. Congratulations and a very warm welcome once again to everybody. May Amma's grace and blessings be with all of you. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, sir. We are extremely blessed by the presence of one of our foremost disciples of our Chancellor, Amma. Sampujya Swami Purnamritanandapuri, Trustee and General Secretary of the Mata Amritanandamayi Math. Swamiji is presiding over this historic 19th Convocation ceremony of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore campus. I humbly request Swamiji to enlighten us with his benedictory address.
സ്നേഹാലോകസുമോഹനവദനാം കരുണാർദ്രാനത നയനാം രമ്യാം ശ്രുതജനപാലന വ്യഗ്രാം സൗമ്യാം അമൃതാനന്തമയീം പ്രണമാമി. Om Amruteshwariye Namaha. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Amma. Pranams to the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Ravi, the President and MD of BOS Global Technologies, Bangalore, Thirudattayatri Salagami, Dr. Venkatarangan, Vice-chancellor of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Dr. Shashankan, Dean of Engineering, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Dr. K. Shankaran, Registrar, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, and salutations to all my divine sisters and brothers. Happy to see so many Devadas and Devas in front of me with the celestial costumes. Extremely beautiful. It is time for one more convocation ceremony. That means Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham is dedicating one more batch of its qualified and worthy students to the world. It is therefore an auspicious function. On this auspicious occasion, let me take the opportunity to congratulate all of you on your strong determination and wonderful performance. For our success, three things are very much necessary: Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. Willpower, power of knowledge, power of action. We try to activate these powers through Navaratri Puja recently. The Navaratri celebrations are just over. Yesterday was Vijaya Dashami Day, the 10th day the day of victory, the day of success. What were we supposed to do during these 9 days or these 9 nights? It is Navaratri, 9 nights. What do you mean by nights? We are in darkness. Night signifies darkness. Darkness of ignorance. Night creates fear and confusion. Darkness of ignorance become more dangerous because we lose our clarity of vision. There is a saying, imaginary ghost is more dangerous than the real ghost. Ignorance means ignorance of our divine nature, our real potential. The solution is the light of knowledge. We celebrate Navaratri by engaging in worship during the nights. Through worship, we are transforming the nights into day of celebrations. What we see around us changes according to the quality of our mind. A valuable currency note can be just a paper for an ignorant child. It doesn't know the value of money. Like that, all of us are ignorant like that little child. We know very little about this universe. The more we learn, the more we will come to know the limitation of our intellect. Then we become more humble. We'll know more about the depth of our ignorance. We are not being able to understand the infinite possibilities of life. We have never experienced the real beauty of life. Mata Amrita Devi says, children, try to be humble like a beginner throughout your life. Your student life is not going to end after your graduation. You have to learn more. This universe is a university. We can learn lessons from each and every objects of this world, or each and every object can become your master, your guru. That will bring great transformation in your life. We should be able to learn lessons from our own experiences. Amma is the chancellor of our university. She studied only up to 4th standard, but she got a doctorate degree from the State University of New York. During the ceremony, I was present. Scholars from all over the world were present. After the ceremony, some of them came for Amma's darshan, and they asked Amma so many difficult questions, and Amma gave beautiful answers for their question. Then they asked Amma, Amma, how is it possible for you to answer all these difficult questions without thinking? Then Amma said, it is possible because I don't know anything. Then Amma made a beautiful statement. Amma said, if you can become empty, you can enjoy the beauty of fullness. God's creation is a mystery. Everything in it is a mystery. A very atom is mysterious. The human being is one of the most wonderful artistic creation of God. We can say it is as mysterious as God. The activities happening within are so complicated, so sophisticated, so subtle and so numerous. Mental activity, intellectual activity, the processing of perceptions, the activities of altered perceptions, dreams, vision, memory, supraconscious levels, everything is actually very mystifying. So we will need divine help to understand all this. In modern life, we have technology. Even then, the confusions are not getting resolved. Why? Because technology has its limits. Technology is convenient, but never complete. How can the concrete explain the abstract? Actually, technology is only an extension of the human senses or human intelligence. Even artificial intelligence is the invention of human intelligence. So technology cannot provide us with a different dimension of experience. It can only extend our present experience. It can see more clearly, hear more clearly, that is, it can sense more clearly. It can identify more data. It can be so many such things for us. But actually, it is only doing what we are asking it for to do. It is programmed by us. How can we expand our knowledge? How can we expand our experience? Real knowledge is experience, not just information. This is where spirituality becomes very relevant. The Guru has to open our third eye, the eye of intuition, the eye of knowledge. Scientific experiments are conducted in the outer space, but spiritual investigations are conducted in the inner space. So it awakens the faculty of intuition within us. Actually, all knowledge is intuitive. We have to activate this intuitive knowledge from within. Otherwise, we will not understand the infinite possibilities of life. We cannot experience the real beauty of life. Before meeting Amma, during my college days, I had a feeling that technology is enough to solve human problems. A divine help is not necessary. When I joined Raman Research Institute, Bangalore, one of the super scientists, a Christian lady, she was my boss. She told me, you are going to do research on solar radiation. So please chant Gayatri Mantra few times before you start your research work. It is impossible to become successful in your life without intuitive knowledge. Very true. It is impossible to become successful in our life without intuitive knowledge, because when you have to take a sudden decision, your intellect can't help. You should feel that right answer from within. One wrong decision can destroy your entire achievements in life. One wrong decision can destroy your happiness in life. So decision making is very important. So you should feel the right answer from within. Amma has got that cosmic tuning to feel the right answer from within. I am very happy to be with all of you now. I consider it my pleasure and duty to remind you now of the immense significance this solemn ceremony carries for you. This is a magnificent moment when your teachers, mentors, and well-wishers join hands and formally proclaim to the world that you have successfully completed a most significant part of your life. It marks a turning point in your life because you are finally getting ready to put into practice the knowledge you acquired over this long and beautiful period. It is important that what you start doing now become useful for the world and yourself. For that, what is most needed is divine grace. Human effort alone is not enough. Divine grace is very much necessary. How to get this divine grace? Amma says, through your purity. Pure thoughts and action can bring divine grace. That's why prayer is important. What is prayer? Producing pure vibrations around you. Amma says, smiling face is a prayer. Sweet words are prayer. Actions with love is prayer. Action without selfishness is prayer. So we can make our entire life a worship to God, worship to this nature. So, pure thoughts and action can bring divine grace. It is grace alone which will enable you to do the right thing at the right place, at the right time, in the right manner. We have all gathered here now to pray together and invoke that divine grace. So, when you now stand at the portals of your chosen career, when you are about to have the real taste of life, I pray that your life be filled with divine grace. I thank all the members of the faculty and supporting staff who gave their very best to make this auspicious occasion a reality. I wish all of them the very best always. Amma says, children, in this journey of life, your feet alone are not enough. Use your wings too. Go a little beyond the body and mind. Spread your wings in the sky. Leave the boundaries behind. Enjoy the bliss of eternal freedom. Praying for all of you to reach that supreme state of perfection, to enjoy the real beauty of life. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Swamiji, for that enlightening address. I'm honored to present this profile of our guest of honor. Thiru Dattatri Salagame has been holding the post of President and Managing Director of Bosch Global Software Solutions since April 2020. This is the largest software and technology center for Bosch outside of Germany and is responsible for digital transformation for the entire company and its clients. He has served Bosch for over 25 years, handling a variety of roles such as strategy, innovation, new business development, and also establishing the Bosch Startup Engagement Program. He is a member council in several industry forums such as NASCOM, Indo-German Council, Government of Karnataka, Vision, and many more. Sir, I request you to address the gathering.
Good morning. I am honored and humbled to be here. My pranams and to all the dignitaries here. Such an august gathering here. First of all, congratulations to each one of you. I think you have done wonderfully good to be here. You earned your place to be here. Congratulations to all the proud parents who have toiled hard with dreams day in and day out for your children. I think they have not disappointed you. And they have brought you here. Many of you sitting at the back, you can feel very proud that your child has very proudly passing out of this august institution. So sometimes it's a bit of a fallacy when you sit on a podium and try to advise youngsters, very young minds, who are coming into, let's say, a very complex, very challenging, very exciting world, which is, when I say world, I don't mean India, it's the whole world. The whole world is an opportunity for you. It's a bit of a fallacy. I tell you why. I've been in Bosch for 25 years. And I started my programming in a language called assembly. I don't know how many of you have coded in assembly, computer science guys. So very few have, only front row is raising their hands, obviously. So today, you guys are already very good at using low-code, no-code platforms. You study your Python, artificial intelligence, languages in, second semester, third semester. So when you join and you contribute massively to the open source community, and actually my job as CEO of Bosch is to change the top half of the company to understand bottom half of the company, which is a very different thing. So sometimes I stand here to advise 22, 23, 24, 25-year-olds, how you should navigate. It's a bit of a fallacy because when you enter a company, you will realize you know a lot more relevant topics than people who have stayed for 20 years in the company. So don't be afraid when you walk into any company, you know more, right? So, but still, I think Swamiji said, technology will stop at some stage and you need certain interventions, certain blessings. You call it serendipity or you call it good timing, some of the cricket lovers. It needs to click for you in your life. And life is not equal to the company that you join. That's only one quadrant of your life. So don't make the company you join as your life. I just use few, things which generally I observe when I travel. I travel almost 14 days a month. Meeting very different kinds of people around the world, a lot of young people. And when I compare them to young, very exciting talent that is available in this country, few things strike out. So we need few C's, C as in letter C, right? One, we need courage. We are very good at things, we are as good as anybody in the world. I went for a Karnataka Government Innovation Council function, and the Chief Minister of Karnataka was expecting a very tall, 6 feet, 7 inches, 120 kgs German to come as CEO. I don't know, he wasn't disappointed being a Kannadiga. He looked at me and said, hey, times have changed. So now you head Bosch. So it's possible. Each one of you can become what you want to be. So you need courage. Never ever think somebody else, born some other part of the world, is better than you by default. So that dogma you have to get out. Get that dogma out of your system, because these days, India is known for exporting global CEOs. You count top 10 companies of the world, you find Indians heading these companies, in at least origin of India, right? So courage. So never feel inferior to anybody else in the world. The C, first C. You need huge conviction. So when you are in this complex world, there will be a lot of thought processes, influencers, mind-altering impulses that you get minute to minute, second to second. Call it social media or anybody else. But you need to build your own conviction. There are some things which are right always, and some things are situational. But not compromising things which are right always needs conviction. Build this conviction. You may look at WhatsApp 7 hours per day, or you may be on Twitter 24 hours a day, or you may be on Facebook 10 hours a day, but don't let go your conviction on what is right. It's true in life, it's true in corporate life, or if you study elsewhere. So the third is creativity. Stay curious forever. So now in our company, the largest portion of training goes to people who have spent maybe 20 years in the company. This used to be unusual. So stay a learner for life. So I know it's been, you're slogged a lot, assignments, night, slogging throughout the night, etc. You got your degree, and then you say, hey, let me relax. Do that. But have the attitude to be a learner for life. Because technology is changing every 4 years. In my time, technology used to change every 7, 8 years. Now it changes about 3 to 4 years. The rate at which one can get irrelevant, one can get obsolete is very, very high. So stay a learner for life. If you want to learn, you have to get out of this thought that you are learning to pass an exam, right? So when there is no exam, why do you learn? It's for you have to start liking what you are learning. So you have to develop a lot of liking. Passion may be an extreme word, but you have to start liking what you learn. That needs a lot of curiosity. When you observe things around you, you have to be extremely curious. If you want to be innovative, you have to be curious first. So the third C is curiosity. The fourth, which I see in big deficit many times when I travel around the world between generations of similar age, is confidence. I see someone in US coming with a very trivial idea and presenting as if he's going to change the world. Someone comes with a very, very flimsy thought in Europe and talks as if he's the next evangelist for the whole world. But here in India, many of you have some of the finest, coolest ideas in your mind, and you trivialize your own ideas. We feel, maybe we are not ready yet, we're not as good as anybody else. So we have to have that confidence. Confidence brings very good communication. Sometimes communication could be the gap between earning your VC fund of $200 million versus not earning it. So please work on this confidence and communication a lot. I think we look at the whole world as a flat world because information is same for all of us. For all of you know, some of the alumni of this famous institute in US and in Germany may be watching this live. So please build this confidence. It has huge equity in your life. Of course, you need to have content. So keep building this content. I think this 5 C's, I keep telling many of them when they come and ask me, why did you become, not why, how did you become CEO? There is no formula for success, right? There is no formula which you can copy paste from somebody else's life. You can get best practices of many individuals, but you have to create a formula of yourself. I mean, you don't start with 0, you start with 60% and what you have to add on top of it. So I keep talking about some of this because I strongly believe the India's time has come now. When you look around, hugely unstable world, India is looking like an answer for many challenges around the world. So if you are young, if you are healthy, if you have confidence, if you are creative, if you have curiosity, if you don't have fear, time is yours now. Time is really yours. All you have to do is get the baggage, get the dogma of the past, of the country, of the society, of maybe inside your family, of your neighborhood, out and look ahead. And believe me, you will be hugely successful. When I speak, I am standing here, I come from a very, very rural part of Karnataka. I studied until 8th standard in my mother tongue, and I never believed that I would head a global 80 billion, or part of 80 billion organization someday. And you can do this. It doesn't matter where you come from. It really doesn't matter. So all you need is, you have to believe that you're as good as anybody in the world. So I basically, I end my, little conversation. I mean, feel free to reach out to me, any one of you. I am on LinkedIn. Look for the Tatri Salagame, you can reach out. for any conversation that helps you anytime. I am proud that Bosch is associated with an institute like Amrita. I think in some sense we are blessed. I remember 10 years back coming here as one of the leaders in Bosch to find out how we can work with each other. That was early days perhaps for both institutions. Bosch was very young in Coimbatore at that time. Now we are very big. We are 7,000 people in Coimbatore, one of the largest software company in Coimbatore. We are setting the standards for software in Coimbatore, and we'll continue to grow immensely in Coimbatore. And we're investing a lot in Coimbatore on innovation and new topics. So we are very proud, sir, to be associated with you. We look forward as we go forward to work closely and use the intellectual equity that you have built here to make something really magic for our country, because we can create products and services out of this part of the world which can be global. I truly believe this, and I think that time belongs to all of you here. All the best, do well, go and rock the world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that very inspiring address. I request all the graduates and also the dignitaries on the dais to stand up for the conferring of various degrees and the oath. All graduates, audience, please rise. Please rise. Thank you. May I request Dr. K. Shankaran, Registrar, to present all the candidates for the award of various degrees.
Sambhujya Swamiji, I have the honor to present unto you 1,808 candidates, including those in absentia, for the award of the degrees of PhD, MTech, MBA, MSc, MA, MSW, BTech, BSc, BA, and PG diplomas who have been certified after examinations to be duly qualified to receive the degrees and diplomas.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Management, Amrita Vidyapeetham, I admit you all, including those in absentia, to the respective degree of PhD, MTech, MBA, MSc, MA, MSW, Integrated MSc, BTech, BSc, BA, and PG diplomas in the respective areas, and charge you to be worthy of the same.
Congratulations to all the graduates of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore campus. I request Swamiji to administer the oath to all the graduates. All the graduates, please remain standing. Swamiji will administer the oath.
I hereby
Please repeat.
solemnly declare and promise that I will, in my thoughts, words and deeds, uphold the ideals of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, and I commit myself to serve my motherland India, the entire mankind and nature, with love, trust, tolerance, and humility.
Congratulations again. You may please sit down. Now we have the award of the PhD degrees and the university medals by our distinguished chief guest. I request Dr. Shankaran, the registrar, to invite PhD and university medalists to receive their certificates and medals. I humbly request our chief guest, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Ravi, to present the degrees and the medals.
First, I'll announce the names of graduates being conferred with PhD degrees. PhD from the Faculty of Engineering, Sadish Kumar M. Vijaya Krishna Menon, Kartika R. Shabarish B.A. Divya K.U. Tenarasu M. Rashmi P.E. Roshit M. Now I am announcing PhD scholars from the Faculty of Management. Gopi Kumar V. Amian Ray. Next is the university medal. The gold medal for PG in engineering goes to Deva Prakasham H. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our registrar to present the campus level medalists to receive their certificates and medals. I request our guest of honor and Swamiji to do the honors.
Next is Atul Matthew Konur. Neetu Joseph, Silver Medal for MTech Artificial Intelligence. Akash Jinesh Modi, Silver Medal for Data Science, MTech in Data Science. Shibi S. Kumar, Gold Medal and Jayavel Memorial Award for MTech Computer Science and Engineering. Suryat Singh, Silver Medal for MTech Computer Science and Engineering. Gandhavaram Anuhya, Gold Medal in Cyber Security. Sri Lakshmi Girishan, Silver Medal in Cyber Security. Neeraja Narayan Bhatta, Gold Medal, MTech Automotive Electronics. Rahul Bharat Tota, Silver Medal, MTech Automotive Electronics. Abhijit B. Menon, Gold Medal in Automotive Engineering.
Audience, come on, please give a bigger round of applause for each of our medalists.
Priyanka R, Gold Medal, MTech Biomedical Engineering. Srinidhi S, Silver Medal, Biomedical Engineering. Mullappudi Bharat Sai, Gold Medal, Embedded Systems. Sharika PR, Silver Medal, Embedded Systems. Anandu B, Silver Medal, Engineering Design. Vishwajit S. Nair, Gold Medal, Manufacturing Engineering. Aditya Rajan, Silver Medal, Manufacturing Engineering. Shankar Ram R, Gold Medal, Material Science and Engineering. Joshi Harsh Nitin Kumar, Silver Medal, Material Science and Engineering. Arjun TM, Gold Medal, Power Electronics and Drives. Adapala Saranya, Silver Medal, Power Electronics and Drives. Vaishnav TC, Silver Medal, MTech Renewable Energy Technologies. Yadukrishnan, Gold Medal, VLSI Design. Swati Shekhar, Silver Medal, VLSI Design. Nishant Yes, Gold Medal, MTech Industrial Intelligence Systems. Joel P. Jose, Silver Medal, Industrial Intelligence Systems. M.V. Gauri, Gold Medal, 5-year integrated MSc Mathematics. C. Archana, Silver Medal, 5-year integrated MSc Mathematics. Atul A.K., Gold Medal, 5-year integrated MSc Physics. Megha Babu, Silver Medal, 5-year integrated MSc Physics. Amrita Radhakrishnan, Gold Medal, 5-year integrated MSc Chemistry. Swati M, Silver Medal, 5-year integrated MSc Chemistry. Namita Suresh, Gold Medal, MSc Physics. Krishna Priya, Silver Medal, MSc Physics. Sharanya C.T., Gold Medal, MSc Chemistry. V. Arun Karthik, Silver Medal, MSc Chemistry. Shruti Suresh, Gold Medal, MA English Language and Literature. Sachida Mahesh, Gold Medal, BA Language and Literature. Pon Shantan Suri S, Silver Medal, BA English Language and Literature. S. Archana, Silver Medal, BA Mass Communication. G.R. Venkateswaran, Gold Medal, MA Communication. Ashwini Ajay, Gold Medal, MSW. Jyotirmayi S, Silver Medal, MSW. Surya Suresh, Silver Medal, MSW. Darshana S. Kumar, Gold Medal, MBA.
Thank you, sir. I am honored to present the profile of our chief guest, highlighting his outstanding contribution to the nation. The Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu was born at Patna in Bihar. He did his master's in physics in 1974. After a brief stint in journalism, joined the Indian Police Service in 1976 and was allotted to the Kerala cadre. He served in Kerala in various capacities, including districts, for a decade and then in different parts of the country. While serving in the Central Bureau of Investigation, the CBI, he led several anti-corruption crusades against organized criminal gangs, including the mining mafia in the country. While at the Intelligence Bureau, Ministry of Home Affairs, which is the premier intelligence agency of the country, he served largely in theaters of insurgencies and violence, including Jammu and Kashmir, Northeast, and the Maoist-infected areas. He specialized in the dynamics of human migration in South Asia and worked extensively on the political sociology of border population. He was appointed as the chairman of the Joint Intelligence Committee in the Prime Minister's office, where, as the head of the intelligence community, he coordinated and guided the agencies to meet the national security needs of our country. He was appointed as Deputy National Security Advisor in October 2018. He served as the Governor of Nagaland from 1st August 2019 till 16th September 2021. And he was appointed as the Governor of Tamil Nadu by the Honorable President of India and assumed office as the 26th Governor of the state of Tamil Nadu on 18th September 2021. Sir, it is our immense honor to have you grace this 19th Convocation ceremony of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore campus. I humbly request you to deliver the convocation address.
My sincere salutations to Amma. Distinguished dignitaries present on the dais, Sampujya Swami Purnamrita Ananda Puri Maharaj Ji, Thiru Dattatri Salagame Ji, Dr. K. Sankaran Ji, Professor C. Parameshwaran Ji, Dr. Sasangam Ramanathan Ji, Thiru Satish Menon Ji, Dr. Bharat Jayaraman Ji, Thiru Vasudevan, distinguished members of the faculty, distinguished invitees, my dear young graduates, the heroes of the day, you proud parents, gracious ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I'd like to thank the university management for giving me this opportunity to be with the young graduates, the future of this country, the builder of this nation. My young friends, those who have received your degrees today, either in person or in absentia, It's a day of joy for you. It's a day of joy for your family. It's a day of joy for your friends. What you have received today is the result of your hard work. It's the fruit of your resolve and determination. This degree is a vindication of the trust that your parents had in you, in your capability, and they invested their precious resources in you getting what you got today. It's also a day of testimony of the hard work that your teachers did in grooming you, making you what you are today. My congratulations and best wishes to all of you. Friends, you are graduating at a time which is very exciting, full of opportunities. Sky is the limit. You are graduating from an institution which is among the top institutions in the world. It has been accredited with the highest degree of accreditation by the NAC, and it is among the top universities in the national ranking framework. You are fortunate to be graduating from such a prestigious institution. Not only that, you are graduating from an institution which was conceived, built, and blessed by none other than our Amma. You know, friends, in our Bharatiya Sanskriti, Bharatiya Adhyatma, since the time of Vedas, at least 5,000 years before the Common Era, there are authorities who contest and say it was far more older. But even going by, the most conservative, since 5,000 years before the Common Era, our country, this Bharat, has lived with a tradition, with a darshan, with a Sanskriti that believes that the Supreme Creator, Parameshwara, having created this world, permeates and lives in every being. There are in mind-numbing diversities. Over 7 billion people in the world. No two are alike. All the creatures, be it plant kingdom, be it animal kingdom, be it among the human, with all these diversities, underneath the diversity in each one of them is the divine present and illuminating. And that is why we in our prayers have been saying, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Let every being be happy, let every being be free of disease. Not only humans, every being. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. This is our institution's prayer. But in this presence of divinity, in each being, divine chooses someone for more intense intense manifestation. And Amma is manifestation of the pure divinity. All love, all compassion, giving, forgiving, irrespective of the background, the race, the religion, poor, rich. In fact, she has been far more benevolent to the poor and the deprived. This institution has the blessing of such a soul, a divine soul. And you all who have studied here, you are carrying with you that divine blessings. It will stand by you all through your life. Life is a journey full of odds and events. You will have success and setbacks. No life is a journey of continuous success. In all this period, have trust that blessings will be with you, that will keep you in good estate. Friends, you are at a very, very interesting time, an exciting time. Especially for our country, for Bharat. Bharat today is, we are all witness to, and we are all partner in the birth, in the emergence of this new Bharat. It is undergoing comprehensive resurgence. In the last some years, under a very dynamic and visionary national leader, our Prime Minister, the whole paradigm of looking at country and addressing the problems of the country have changed. Until then, this country, the people led this country, looking at it in terms of diversities as differences. Difference in terms of geography, different in terms of region, different in terms of languages, difference in terms of culture. The development of the country was left to the genius, the smartness of the people of different regions. It was a Darwinian model. Some regions prospered, some regions left behind. And even the regions that prospered, there are a number of sub-regional imbalances. Even in our state, Tamil Nadu, which is a very progressive state, which is among the top few states of the country in terms of human development, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of industrialization. Even here, we have regions which are far behind. In our state, we are proud that our gross enrollment ratio in terms of when you measure the level of education, we are almost double the national average, more than 50%. Where the national average GER you all know, that children between the age of 6 and 18, those who are supposed to be school going, how many of them are school going? That is the gross enrollment ratio. While in our country it is about 28%, in Tamil Nadu it is 50% plus. But here again, we have communities deprived, marginalized, scheduled caste, Adi Dravida, scheduled tribes. There the gross enrollment ratio is hardly 12 to 14%, less than half the national average. Now this imbalance, sub-regional imbalance, inter-community imbalance is primarily because our people did not understand this country. They looked at this country in a way from the prism, from the eyes with the colonial masters looked at. For the first time, we have a leader who looks at the country as a family, as a one organic whole. Whether the person is in Tripura or Tamil Nadu, whether the person is in Kutch or Kashmir or Kohima, every citizen of India must have access to the basic ingredients of citizenship, like health, education, access to drinking water. Nobody should be homeless, nobody should be hungry. And with this comprehensive approach, the country is rising. There is also a fundamental difference, because earlier the government were the Mai-Baap, everything. Government were looked upon as the primary source or the engine of growth and development. Everyone looked at the government. This is a country of over 1.3 billion people. How many of them are in government? Just infinitesimal. We have to trust our people. We have to trust our men and women of the country, especially the young men and women. And so the paradigm shift was focused away from the government towards the people. Jan Bhagidari, people's participation, and government job was to reduce the obstacles, the shackles, the chains that were put on the creativity of our people. And look at where we are today. In the last 7 to 8 years, look at in all fields. If about 7 years back, we had in our country less than 400 startups, today we have more than 70,000 startups. It is happening. Our young men and women are doing these incredible things. This latent energy, this potential creativity was suppressed. Allow them to breathe, allow them to grow, let them develop. And they are developing. They are doing incredible things. Domains which were considered completely closed, like a space, it is open with the creation of in a space an entity. Let popular participation happen. Let people dream of doing things in a space. Let our industry explore the space, because we know that a space is a domain so essential, so crucial for our development and our defense, for our security. Everything in our life today, whether we watch our film through the DTH, direct to home television facility, or we do the navigation GPS in our car, or whatever, in number of weather forecasting, disaster management, all kinds of things, telemedicine. It's all based on a space-based assets. A space is a domain crucial to us. And now with the opening of a space, other days, some young men from IIT Madras, they came and demonstrated to me their capacity in a space, Agni Kul. They are building launch vehicles which will carry the payload of 30 kg to 300 kg in the space. We have launch vehicles which carry metric tons of weight, but we need today, there are people, there are industries, there are segments that need a smaller satellites, a smaller payload. These young men are building a smaller satellites at a far lower cost, and people, industries from developed countries, US, Europe and Japan are coming and signing MOU with them. This is the power of our youth. This is the power of our people. trust in our countrymen and women. Empowering our Nari Shakti, the half of the country. Where were they? With this movement campaign, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, empower, open the domain. Now even the military is open to the women. We see the rise. For a very long time we had the stigma of gender imbalance in our country, right from independence, even before. During the colonial period, since then it began, men were more than women. A lot of infanticide used to happen. The census data of 2021 is yet to come, but the samples done reveals that now for the first time we will have women more than men, if not equal, more than men. Now, and all these are coming forward. This is the power of the country. Country is to be built by the countrymen and women. This trust, this fundamental difference. Today, the world looks at India with expectation. Until recently, in the Committee of Nations, on the international tables, smaller countries used to have louder voice. People used to ignore India. Today, nobody does that. And this primarily because the Purusharth, the capacity of our people. We have shown the capacity of leadership in time of crisis, the world crisis. And the most glaring example is the latest, the COVID pandemic. When the whole world was in the grip of it, nobody knew how to deal with it. Everyone was worried. And there were many doomsday predictors who said India would lose at least 70 to 80 million people. But what happened? Thanks to our management, thanks to the confidence imparted in our people by the national leadership and the trust of our people in that leadership, we stood by it firmly. Thanks to our scientists who created the vaccine in a record time. And having created the vaccine, while we were expecting that this global pandemic would at least force the world, force the developed countries to think about the model of development. Should they be so mercantile? And we expected that the developed countries would come forward in sharing the vaccines and medicines with those who are deprived, those who are poor. But lo and behold, when the vaccine came, the developed countries just started vaccine nationalism. They raised the price of their vaccines, but it was Bharat which not only met the need of our people, but it gave vaccines to over 150 countries in the world. This is Sanskar of Bharat. This is the identity of Bharat. This is the teaching of Amma. This is the teaching of our Veda, that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is our family. It is not a political slogan. It is our sanskar. This is our pehchan. This is our identity. In climate change, climate crisis, the whole world talks about climate crisis. There are countries, island countries, they know that their existence is only for a couple of decades. They will be under the water. But the countries which are most responsible for the climate destruction, they are oblivious to it. They are not coming forward. At the most, they make some lip service to it. But it was this country which took the leadership, because we look upon earth not as a resource. We look upon earth as our mother. And with this sense, the leadership taken by this country in climate preservation in all these years have started yielding dividend. In 2016, when our country decided that in the next about a decade, India would be generating 100 gigawatt of clean energy. Because after all, for climate destruction, the main villain is excessive use of hydrocarbon for energy. We all know the green gas, this greenhouse emission, the carbon gas in the atmosphere. We took a decision in 2016 that by 2025, we will generate 100 gigawatt of clean energy. At the time, skeptics mocked at it. They said it was incredible, unachievable. But look at the capacity, the purusarth of our people. We achieved it midway in September 2021. We crossed 100 gigawatt clean energy. When we decided, when 2016, we know that sun god has plenty of energy. He gives you for asking. There is no question of worrying about the source and the payment. Why can't we tap it? And 2016, when India launched International Solar Alliance, there were countries which were very skeptical. Today, there are more than 120 countries who have joined this International Solar Alliance, and the world is moving towards saving the climate, saving the environment. India's leadership to the problem of the world. Recently, in Ukraine-Russia war, while the rest of the country either is crying, suffering, or fueling in one way or the other this conflict, everyone looks at India with an expectation that perhaps India might be able to resolve it, because both the warring countries are willing to listen to India. This is new Bharat. This is new India, emerging, rediscovering itself. And you are, at this point of time, you realize the significance of it. Friends, we have a great responsibility. This Independence Day, 15th of August last, we entered the Amrit Kal of our country, the 25 years, the last quarter century of our country. We have entered this Amrit Kal with a resolve to make this country a developed country in the next 25 years. By 2047, when the country would be celebrating centenary of its independence, India must be a developed country. You all will be, wherever you are, wherever you will be, whichever field you would be, you will be at the driving seat. At that point of time, you will ask a question to yourself, what have you done to build this, to make this country a developed country? You have a responsibility. And that is why this Amrit Kal is also Kartabya Kal. It's a duty period for all of us, more so on you young people. You, the future of India, the leader of India. While, friends, we have to build our nation as the leader, as a developed nation, we have to build it with Indian ethos, Indian values, what one can say, I don't like to use the term, but it is Indian characteristic. If we only progress materially, which in any case we will, and we have to, we will be a poor imitation of the West. No, that is not the kind of India that we would like. That is not the kind of India that our rishis and saints dreamed, this is not the kind of India that Swami Vivekananda had dreamed. This is not the kind of India that Mata Amrita Anandamayi imagines and dreams. This India is what Swami Vivekananda said, that the India that he dreamt was an India whose muscles will be of iron, whose sinews will be of steel, but brain will be Vedantic, compassion, love, compassion to all, love to all. But this compassion to prevail, this thought to be accepted, India has to be capable. This thought has been there with us for more than 7,000 to 8,000 years. You keep repeating now today, people would not listen. You have to have samarth, the capability. Then the world will listen to you. Then the world will see virtue in what you are saying. Sukraniti, our ancient Rishi Sukracharya, it says, Balino vasagaha sarve durbalasya cha satruva. If you are strong, you have friends around. If you are weak, you are surrounded by the enemies. India to be prosperous, India to be strong is essential. Materially strong in knowledge, strong in technology, strong in industry, is essential for our spirituality to prevail and save the world. We have to build such an India. And when I tell you that we have to build such an India, you also need to remember that the predicament in which India is today, the Bharat is today, a poor and sick country, an undeveloped country, it was not always so. Many of us have not been taught the history of India. This deprivation, this poverty, all the problems, most of it happened in the last 200 years. Many of you would wonder what I am talking. Go on the Google, internet, and click world economy, millennial perspective, OECD countries. I know what OECD countries are. It is a club of the rich and wealthy countries. They commissioned a study to understand how the global economy has been through the centuries. The team was led by an economic historian, Professor Angus Madison. Their report you read, it is there available on the internet. From the 1st century till the 18th century, India was the economic powerhouse of the world. Almost 1/3 of the global GDP was India. There was no America, there was no Europe. The decline started happening after the colonization and destruction of our industry, our economy, our education system, and deliberate infusion of a sense of inferiority complex among us that Indians must accept the superiority of the West. And it was a colonization of our mind that made us believe that this is how we were. There was nothing great about the past of India. This year, on the 15th of August, from the rampart of Red Fort, Prime Minister of India told about Panch Prana, 5 resolve. 5 resolve that we must take. Of course, number 1 resolve is to build the nation, a developed nation. Another resolve is to take pride in our virasat, heritage. And when we say take pride in our heritage, it's not just taking pride in heritage in terms of archaeological remains. living heritage, living heritage. In our culture, in our spirituality, that in our indigenous system of Indian traditional indigenous system of education. You see the report, Mahatma Gandhi in 1930, when he went to London to participate in the conference, roundtable conference, he delivered a speech. I urge you to take a copy of that speech and read it. Mahatma Gandhi told the British, before you came, we were far more literate and far more educated. Many people would wonder, what is it so? Take time, some of you. Look into the archives. That area where we are sitting, I will just quote from that. Madras Presidency, it was a part of Madras Presidency, almost the whole of South India. In 1804, William Bentinck was the governor of Madras Presidency. His report, he conducted a study of education system in India. All the three presidencies, Madras, Bengal and Bombay, all three commissioned studies of indigenous education system in India. And I will tell you from what William Bentinck got the report. It is there in the archives. The number of schools, the number of higher institutions of learning and the subjects which were being taught. Subjects like mathematics, astronomy, medicine, besides music, art, literature. How many of us we know that the planetary system, we all know that our panchangs that our people make, it predicts with accuracy the date and time on which a solar eclipse will happen, lunar eclipse will happen. It has been going on since the beginning of Vikrami Sadi, almost 2000 years at least, which is preserved. How is it possible, you are all a student of science, how is it possible to predict that on such and such date, solar or lunar eclipse will happen at such and such time, unless you know the laws of planetary motion? How is it possible? Our people knew that. In 1772, I am quoting the year, 1772. At the time, the British had begun colonization after 1757 defeat of Siraj-ud-Dowla in Battle of Plassey. When they had begun colonization, they were curious to know the Indian system. And a bunch of mathematics and astronomy professors came to Kasi because Banaras had the oldest observatory. The team was led by Robert Barker. All names I am quoting because it is not fiction. It is all reports. Robert Barker and his team went back and gave a report. He was amazed. And then followed Professor John Flair, Professor of Astronomy and Mathematics from Edinburgh University. He came to Banaras, he studied, and he was amazed. He found that at the time, they had their planetary positions that they had depicted in different years. It began with the year 3102 before Christ. 3102 before the Common Era. Since then they had the calendar, the chart of planetary positions. At the time when John Flair saw it, Saturn had planet Saturn had 7 satellites. At the time it was known in the Indian astronomy. In the West, they knew only 5. When he went and published his finding in Edinburgh Review, Herschel, in whose name the satellite 6th and 7th are named, he got curious, and with the modern telescope he started watching, and he discovered later in 1786 and 1787 satellites 6 and 7. These were all there. they were systematically destroyed. They were destroyed for two reasons. One was, in the Old Testament, the beginning of the world began in the year 2348. If the world began in 2348, how could there be a planetary, somebody calculating the planetary position in 3102 before Common Era? It was not possible, so it was forcibly suppressed and debunked. And for another reason was that if the empire to be sustainable and durable in India, they must destroy the indigenous system of education, industrial economy, indigenous economy, and infuse a sense of inferiority among the indigenous people, the natives of India. And infuse in them a sense of superiority towards the British. And that is what they did. They wrote fictitious history. Everything in India was dark and dismal, disorganized country. This is the picture that they projected. The one person who understood this and who was pained was Swami Vivekananda. And that is where he gave the call of building the nation. The nation has to be, people of this country has to be aware of their glory of the past. That if you have to take the leadership of the world tomorrow, it is not because it is going to be the first time. For 1800 years, you were the leader of the world. Something has happened in the last 200 years. We need to overcome that. And we will overcome that because we are inheritors of those very people who led the world. Who led the world with compassion and strength. So, love your heritage. Learn about your past. Move forward. My young friends, the world is yours. You are now embarking on a different phase of life. Till today, or till maybe, okay, today, you were a student. Now you are entering Grihast, what we call Grihast Ashram. You will be working, you will be seeking livelihood for yourself, for your family, means of livelihood. You will be getting job, seeking job. You will be creating job. You will be, while seeking livelihood for yourself and your family, a happy livelihood, you would also be doing things that would contribute to the building of the nation. And here I will urge you not to think small. You dream big because you are as big or as small as your dream. If you dream small, you will be small. Be sure, nothing will move you. In Bhagavad Gita, there is saying, Atmanaiva hi Atmano Bandhu, Atmanaiva Siput, Atmanaiva Riput Atmanaha. You are the best friend of yourself, you are the worst enemy of yourself. Have the confidence in yourself. Dream big. I often tell our young friends, you are like the seed of a banyan tree. And I'm sure in these beautiful premises there must be many banyan trees, and many of you must have seen the seed of a banyan tree. It is the size of tiny atom, mustard. But in that tiny seed, there is a huge mammoth tree is hidden. You are all that. Remember yourself that you are a huge banyan tree. You have to grow. If you don't grow to that, it's a loss to you, loss to your family, and loss to the nation. So dream big. Dream big, dream which might sound incredible, the dream that might sound unattainable, but they have the audacity of dreaming big. And work hard to achieve the dream. The dream alone will be, if a lazy dream is not a dream, it is a negative thing. Work hard to fulfill your dream. And be sure you will attain the dream. In the path of your pursuit of your dream, you will come across setbacks. Part of it. We have all suffered setbacks. Like the guest of honor, I too came from a very rural, remote area, a village. I did my high schooling walking 8 kilometers from the primary to the high school. I used to walk 8 kilometers one way and come back. Barefoot because there was no road. And for 4 months in a year, we had to lifting our trouser, our pant, because there used to be water. We had to walk for kilometers in the water. But that didn't stop or didn't inhibit from dreaming. Adversity is that makes you what you are capable of. The gold shines when it is put in fire. So welcome the adversity, welcome the setback, learn from it. Don't let your setback, your failure defeat you. Move on. Build your personal future. Build your family future. And while doing so, wherever you are, whichever part of the world you are, I know many of you would be going away. Think of this country. Think of this nation. This mother, the mother, Bharat Mata, Mother India. That will be your contribution in making India, making this country a developed country, making this country a capable, samarth country. So, dream big, work hard to achieve your dream, have confidence in yourself. Never let your self-confidence waver. Don't get carried away by all these noises. There are a lot of negative vibrations, could be negative vibrations. Don't listen to them. You know, the positive attracts positive. If you let the negative affect you, it takes away your energy. Don't even think about it. In my pursuit, there are not many people, those who talk all kinds of ill things, I don't even listen to that. Somebody says, is it not affecting? I say, why should it affect? I am clear about my goal. I have to achieve it. And I will achieve it. I know for sure. I'm not worried about who says what. That should be your spirit. Don't let your self-confidence waver. And then you will be what you are destined to be. That is your future, that is your destiny, and your destiny lies the destiny of our country, Bharat. I wish all of you a very, very bright future, a blessed future, successful future. Do well, raise your name, raise your family name, and raise the status of the country. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for those inspiring words for Amrita as we enter the Amrit Kal, the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister. I now request Sri Satish Menon, Campus Director, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore, to propose the vote of thanks.
Namah Shivaya to all of you. The 19th Convocation of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham Coimbatore campus has truly been historic at this beautiful, eco-friendly campus on the foothills of the Western Ghats. We are very proud of the fact that 1,808 graduates have today been conferred with their degrees and will march forward to make a positive change for the society and the country as per the vision laid down by our beloved Chancellor, Amma. It is an honor for all of us that the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri R.N. Ravi, graced this occasion and encouraged us with his very, very inspiring words. On behalf of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, I extend my gratitude to you, sir. We look forward to your guidance in our university's contribution towards nation building. I extend my gratitude to our guest of honor, Sri Dattatreya Salagami, President CEO and the MD, Bosch Global Software Technologies, for his informative address. We look forward to your continued support in strengthening the innovation entrepreneurship ecosystem of our nation. Although I may sound formal, I thank Sampujya Swami Purnamritananda Puri, one of Amma's senior-most disciples, for his auspicious presence and delivering the benedictory address. This event is a joyous occasion for all the new graduates of Amrita and a proud moment for the parents and family members. My gratitude for your presence in such large number. I thank the Registrar of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, the Chief Financial Officer, the Deans, the Directors, Principals, Ashramites, Chairpersons, faculty, and staff for their distinguished presence. A special word of thanks to all the people behind the scenes from various academic and non-academic departments for providing support and impeccable arrangements to make this event a grand success. I also thank various authorities of the district administration of Coimbatore, the civil police, fire, and members of the media for the cooperation and continued support. Once again, I thank one and all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Please rise for the national anthem. I request you to please remain standing till the academic procession leaves the convocation hall after the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष मागे आहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
वन्दे वीरमातरम्